Hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant 1 video. Today I'm doing a video on my top 5 games for the Nintendo Switch. Top 5 third-party games for the Nintendo Switch. These are third-party games that aren't coming to this console. So these aren't like my top 5 third-party games that I'm hyped for that they've announced. I don't even think they've announced 5 third-party games. They've announced probably thereabouts, plus, they've definitely got a lot of indie games, which the Wii U also had quite a bit of indie games. They had strong, the Wii U had strong first-party and indie games, but that clearly wasn't enough to sustain people's interest, clearly, even though I absolutely love my Wii U, and I think it does have some stellar, pieces of software, but I think the marketing let it down considerably. But yeah, so these are my top 5 games, third-party games that are already on, say, the 360, Xbox 360, PS3, PS4, and Xbox One. So yeah, I've got my notebook here. In at number 5, for me anyway, personally, is Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4, as it was already on the Nintendo Wii. I think when people got, when Xbox 360 fans and PS3 fans got Resident Evil 5, the Nintendo Wii owners got Resident Evil 4, which I've heard is referred to as one of the best versions of that game, and that, as it actually utilizes motion controls really well. You can go like that with the Wii remote, and then your character sort of moves around, and then, use the directional pad on the Wii remote to move him about, but like to aim, you use the, Wii remote, to aim and move it about, and it's actually quite seamless. Now, imagine that, but with like the HD sort of rumble and higher, I'm assuming better sort of motion controls and more tight and refined motion controls in a Joy-Con, I would like to think that that would be the absolutely, definitive version of Resident Evil 4 by that logic then. And also, it'd be a version that would hopefully be not too difficult to port over to the Nintendo Switch, and that, whilst the other consoles, get Resident Evil, 7 and that, you're getting, if you do pick up the Switch, you're getting ideally the best version of one of the best versions of the game, or one of the best games in that series. I've heard it's 4, and then I've heard, 1 and 2, and that are really good as well. But then again, I think it's just down to personal preference. I've never actually been massively into the Resident Evil franchise, so this isn't even a massive sort of, I want this game. I just think it would make more people want to maybe pick up a Switch, or show that Nintendo aren't 110% scared of showing sometimes something a bit more intense than just kid-friendly games. In at number 4, this is a personal pick of mine that I would like. It shouldn't be too difficult logically. I thought about this logically, and I thought, you know what? If they just ported over Deadpool, the video game, it shouldn't be too difficult, as I know on the Xbox One and PS4 it should look better than what it did on the PS3, but to be fair, it looks like a pretty sort of primitive, sort of run-of-the-mill, sort of average PS2 game, and that's being generous to it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that the graphics are important, or that graphics are, everything in a game, and that's all that defines it. That is one element of a game. The other two being gameplay and story, and that, I think. And, the story's very basic in Deadpool, but it is extremely addictive. It's a game where it's a video game, and although it will be out of Nintendo's usual realm, i.e., it's not going to be, your Splatoon or your Mario being colourful and bright and kid-friendly and that, and engaging in that way, but although it's going to be violent, and although it's going to be gory and violent and, you know, inappropriate for children and that, and not the best of things for a child to be playing, it does have that sort of correlation between, say, Mario and Splatoon and Mario Kart 8 in the aspect that, as I said before, it's a video game that should just be played for fun. So I think in that respect, that element of Deadpool makes it more Nintendo than any other game that I can think of off the top of my head, you know? And I think the idea of just being able to, you know, quickly play that, you know, and kill a few bad guys and random, you know, waves of bad guys, or, you know, repeatedly slap Wolverine in the face, whilst I've got, I don't know, an hour or two to kill on a, you know, on a bus, or, well, not on a bus, on a train, sorry. I could just, you know, put out that kickstand, put it on a train table and play a bit of Deadpool, and, you know, if that was possible, that would be brilliant for me anyway. But yeah, in at number 3, Tekken 6 or 7. Now, 7 might be more trickier because I don't know, you know, hardware-wise, maybe that isn't able to run on the Switch, I don't know. But if it wasn't, and that, I think Tekken 6 would be better. And that, then again, you know, you go back to your whole Skyrim argument, everyone being like, oh, is that the definitive version and the most recent, up-to-date one with all the amazing lighting effects and the modding and this and that, and it's like, and it's like, and if it isn't that version, we're not going to play it, and it's like, well, yeah, but you can play it on the go. Yeah, granted, the battery life's a bit crap of the Switch, but crappier the Switch on... bit not that good, but I still think it has the potential to be its strongest suit, you know, being able to take, I don't know, Portal 2 or Minecraft, or, you know, whatever the game is on the go, and that would be good. Yeah, granted, Minecraft's already on smartphones, so, but again, Tekken, because I think so many people have already slammed and lambasted and already said, nope, I don't like ARMS, ARMS is terrible, when actually I've watched gameplay footage of it and I like it quite a bit. You don't have to use the motion controls, which is a plus, and that I just don't think they showed off that game in that presentation well enough. I think if they showed a different trailer and a different way of playing it, a more traditional way, I think more people would have been happier with that game. But if you're not happy with ARMS, then you've got Street Fighter 2, and that Turbo, I think it's called. But if you're not happy with that, I think you need that third heavy hitter fighting game. Because if it can't be a console that has you know, all the best FPSs, or all the best sports games, or all the best dance games, or, you know, party games, or whatever, you know, genre you're into, maybe it can have all the best fighting games. I don't know, just an idea. I mean, I think, you know, having ARMS, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, and then, as I say, a Tekken game, and then later down the line, you know, Smash Bros, even if it's just a part of the Wii U one, having 4 heavy-hitting fighting games and different fighting games would easily make the Switch, you know, a go-to for anyone who's any bit the fighting fan, when it comes to video games. I'm not even that much into fighting games. I like them, I like them and I enjoy them, but that does not mean that I'm any good at them, you know. But again, it's that factor that, you know, you get those 2 Joy-Cons immediately as well, you know, to be able to just pick up 2 sides of the Switch and quickly be able to play Tekken, like, you know, even if it's 30 minutes to an hour of a game, you know, of a few rounds back to back, you know, before you're going out to whatever place you're going to, you know, because you're on a train or you're on a airline or something, you know, you're on the plane or something. But yeah. So number 2, Star Wars Battlefront, the newest version. I just like the idea of having a graphically really nice, clean, refined, big kind of multiplayer-y type experience, but in the Star Wars universe, on the go, you know. And maybe with the Switch you could do some sort of local multiplayer type mode or something, maybe. You know, we already know EA have, you know, FIFA in the works. Granted, don't come across like the kind of company who want to do anything that, you know, means time and resources and effort put behind it, but it would really be nice if the Switch had some sort of exclusive content to Star Wars Battlefront, you know, again, where you could just take off the Joy-Cons at each side of the screen and quickly play, I don't know, split screen, you know, battle with your friend, and not so much 1v1, but I don't know, like you're playing on two different teams, and that, you know, they're the rebels, you're the Empire, and that, but you kind of connected with everyone online as well, but you're locally battling each other as well, kind of thing. It's hard to describe what my idea is, but just having that experience, I think, you know, on the go, even if I did eventually, I'm thinking about buying it on the Xbox One, Star Wars Battlefront, the newest one. Even if I was to buy it on Xbox One, I would probably rebuy it if it was on Switch, for the portability factor, for the factor that maybe, again, they might add some sort of new feature, or it might be the definitive version with all, inverted commas, with all of its DLC, maybe, I don't know, whereas the one that I actually get with the Xbox might not be that version. I could always just try and track that one down, but in case I didn't, I might be able to get it there. And then I've also, as I say, got the portability factor, and the factor that I can play it in lots of different ways, with the Joy-Cons, with, you know, the normal Pro controller, on the big screen, on the little screen, you know, on a table in my kitchen. I can play it in there. I can play it on the go. And then number one, Dishonored 2, as I can tell already that there's no way we're going to be getting any sort of Metal Gear Solid type game on the Switch, so the closest thing that I can think of that's sort of stealth based game slash, you know, you can just run and gun and try and kill everything, even though you'll get your ass handed to you probably, is Dishonored 2. I've heard mixed things about the game. I've heard some people say it's really shit. I've heard some people really like it. But at the end of the day, I think it would just be another strong sort of game that you don't often see on Nintendo consoles, and make maybe hopefully people think, you know what? I might pick up Dishonored 2 on a Switch because I want to see, you know, what it's like. You know, will it run well? Will it, you know, be fun to play it on the go? Would it, you know, would it look good on the big screen on the Switch version? You know, would that have any special features? Well, not special features, but any added bonus? You know, would they take some sort of, you know, take advantage of the HD rumble? I don't know, like, you know, when you're peering over a corner or something, I don't know, like, or holding the blade or something, that, like, something happens, like, as you're getting, as an enemy's detecting you, maybe the Joy-Con starts to make you feel like your hand's shaking or something, which would be insane, because, you know, that anxiety of holding a blade whilst being, like, the enemy over there turning and, you know, nearly getting close to you, you know, that would be really cool, an immersive experience only on the Switch maybe type thing. Granted, I don't see developers utilising the technology there, which is a shame, because if they do, then I think as consumers we're going to get some interesting, if not fun, and if not for you, it's going to be interesting and fun for someone else. And the idea of people online denying other people of that is really pissing me off and really cheesing me off and, yeah, annoying me. But yeah, but I would really love to hear what you have to say in the comment section below about what you think the Nintendo Switch third-party games should be. You know, what third-party games should be on the Switch, you know, Lollipop Chainsaw, I was going to say Little Big Planet, but that's not a third-party game. I don't know, like, all sorts of stuff could go on there, you know. I was going to say Titanfall 2, but I don't know if, I think that's exclusive to Xbox One, but you get what I mean, and that, but all sorts could be there. So I would love to hear what you have to, what your suggestions are, what you think should come to the Switch, because there is, you know, Borderlands would definitely get people to buy the Switch. Crackdown, granted, Crackdown 2 I think was not exclusive, I don't think, or maybe it is exclusive actually to Xbox. I can't stop thinking of exclusive games. But yeah, thanks for watching, comment, rate and subscribe.